Hey everyone, welcome to 30 Days of Yoga Camp. It's day 7, it's time to go to heaven, and the mantra today is, I am capable. Let's hop to it. All right, so today we're going to begin standing in mountain pose. Changing it up a little, take a second to look down at your feet. We're going to start with the feet flush together, but if you're feeling a little unstable, aren't we all? A little, off balance, or maybe you suffer from vertigo or stuff like that, then you need to take a wider stance, and that's right on. But I'm going to begin with the feet flush together. My feet are cold, so I'm rubbing them together. And then I'm going to take a look down and lift the toes up. So lift all 10 toes up, and then just see if you can expand awareness throughout the feet, maybe pressing down through the ball joint of the big toe and the ball joint of the pinky toes. And then slowly, and just see for fun, if one by one you can release your toes down, starting with the pinky toes. Ooh, and if you're not used to working the feet in this way, this could be pretty intense. And then so we have this nice foundation here. I'm going to grow up through the trunk. So bend the knees and draw energy up through the arches of the feet, the legs. Press into your foundation and stand up nice and tall. Good news, little massage today. Take your right hand, bring it to your left trap. The trapezius muscle here, this big muscle that wraps around. Just give your shoulder a rub, basically. See if you can keep your feet planted though. So if you started to fidget or if you lost track of your foundation, just notice that, and then continue to give yourself a shoulder rub, maybe even a pec rub. All right, release that, take it to the other side, left hand. And then just notice if you start to fidget in your feet, if you can kind of keep grounded through the feet here. So I have a lot of friends who tell me, I have trouble standing still. I have a lot of trouble being still. I don't know if yoga would be good for me. And I'm always like, dude, that means now get in here. Let's tend to it. Find some peace, some stillness. Some people are too still, too heavy. So we got to find some movement. So tools of yoga. Great for many. Okay. You're already doing the yoga here with me. I don't know why I'm selling people on yoga. Okay, drop that. And then we'll take the fingertips all the way up and overhead. So nice and easy here to start. We're just going to warm up the spine. I encourage you to stay focused on the feet. So again, just notice where you're holding your weight and see if you can stay nice and connected, especially if your feet flush together. We call this samastitihi, 4-part equal standing. There's a video on that. You can go a little more in depth. So here we are, letting the blood flow in the opposite direction in the arms. Just checking out what's going on with the tailbone, with the pelvis, traveling up through the ribs, see what's going on there. And in the shoulders, just noticing. And then here we go. Inhale, look up. Careful not to crunch the back of the neck. Exhale, we'll start softening at the fingertips and then slowly bending at the knees as you take it forward. So as we continue this, we're going to try to take out the sharp edges or the rigidity. So find a softness. As you roll it back up, take your time. After a couple tries, you'll get the hang of it. We inhale, reach up. Press in all 4 corners of the feet, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, soften and slowly fold. There's a tendency to rush this little warm up here. It's better if you keep it nice and slow. Slowly awakening through the legs, stretching the hamstrings. And getting your spinal flex on. So you inhale, reach, and exhale. Everything begins to cascade down. So you can even find a little sense of view here. Warming up the neck. Think cat-cow here. So we're kind of doing like a standing spinal flex today rather than on all fours. Keep it going, even when you want to quit or get bored. You're just now getting the hang of it. We'll just do a couple more. If you're feeling adventurous, you might close your eyes. Play with your balance. Breathing deep here. And finishing up wherever you are. And then exhaling, coming to mountain pose. Go ahead and open the palms towards the front of your yoga mat or just forward here. And tag a little weight in your fingertips. Then open up through the chest. And once again, check in with the feet. Keep going with the breath, so start a conversation there. And then settle in, tune in, taking this time for yourself today. The mantra today is, I am capable. So close your eyes and repeat the mantra to yourself 3 times. I am capable. Notice what that means to you today, if anything. And then let's draw the palms together at the heart, Anjali mudra. Bow the head to the hands. And then interlace the fingertips and press the palms forward, up and back. Soft knees here, soft bend in the knees as you press the palms forward. And then reach them far up and back. Great, soft bend in the knees here just so that you're not locking out and also so that you remember to drop the tailbone a little bit. Big breath in, big breath out. One more deep inhale in here. Then on an exhale, release the fingertips, bend the elbows. Thumbs are gonna aim towards the back, pinkies towards the front. As you bend the elbows, slide back in here. Ooh, should feel good in the shoulders. 3 times like that, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we can straighten the legs here, just don't lock. Getting the juices flowing, inhale. And exhale. Oh, beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Gorgeous. So keep the palms here, sternum to thumbs, and we're just gonna slowly toe heel, a very fancy yoga term. Toe heel, our way all the way out to a nice wide stance. So a great way to kind of check this stance is to send the arms out wide and just kind of see, it's not going to be exact, but about wrist width. Wow, say that 5 times fast. Wrist width. About wrist width apart is where the ankles want to drop, or more or less. For me, it's about here, but. And then palms can come back together. Turn the 2 big toes in, and then soften through the knees as you press strongly through the outer edges of the feet. Engage through the inner legs, inner thighs, by drawing energy up from the arches, whatever that means to you. Think upward current of energy through the front body. Think Superman, Superwoman, and think grounding energy through the back body. So shoulder blades, tail. Then breathe. Here, I am capable. Once again, we interlace the fingertips, press the palms forward, and then reach them up and back. Stay grounded through your feet. Inhale in. Exhale, break free, bend the elbows, thumbs back. 3 of these. Inhale, strong legs. Exhale, bend the elbows, spread those fingertips. Inhale, reach. How's your belly? Exhale. And then inhale, reach. Exhale, we're going to begin to hinge at the hips. Foundation strong. Press on all 4 corners of the feet. Really, really engage through the inner thighs best you can, drawing energy up and in. And then we'll send the fingertips forward just for 1 breath, connecting to your core. Hug the lower ribs in, and then slowly release. Fingertips to the mat. Now, if you have a block or a chair, you might bring the earth up to you here, especially if you're new to the practice, right? This can be a little intense. This is such a healing pose, standing wide-legged forward fold. I love it for so many things. It's one of my go-tos. Great for a little energy, great for all the systems. So just breathe here. After you feel like you've gathered your bearings and you have your foundation, allow the weight of the head to relax over. The full posture, for those of you practicing for a while or wanting to just go a little deeper, is to take the palms and walk them gently, gotta hold on to your foundation, in line with the arches of the feet. Then loop the shoulders, elbows want to splay out left to right, hug them in, and then maybe the crown of the head comes to the earth. But half the people doing this video right now just got upset, so remember, you are capable. Stay present. We don't have to have everything at once, we can enjoy the ride. So maybe you'll never get here. It's boring anyway. Just kidding, it's fun. Soft knees. I think you get the gist though. So we're here for 2 more breaths wherever you are. Again, pulling a chair into the picture or using the couch legs, also a great, great, great way to slowly open up the muscles. Stretch the muscles. To come out of the posture, we press into the foundation, press into the outer edges, engage your center, your core, and we'll bring the hands to the waistline for support. Loop the shoulders, try to reach the elbows back towards each other, and we'll inhale, follow the heart as it lifts up. Ooh, gorgeous. Okay, legs are working strong here, but stick with me. We're gonna keep the left foot where it is, and slowly, mindfully, be so mindful of your right knee. We'll turn the right toes out. Okay? Again, if your legs are shaking like crazy, you can come up for a sec. You got the power. So we're gonna come into a warrior 2 here. So heel to arch alignment here, front heel to back arch. And when you're ready, we'll explore. We bend the front knee, we stand up nice and tall in the torso here, so lifting through the front body, grounding through the back body. Nice, strong warrior 2. Take your gaze out beyond the front fingertips, and maybe you close your eyes, but consider your mantra for today. I am capable. Big breath in, big breath out. Keep the front knee bent here. We're going to begin to bend the right elbow. Pull the right hip crease back and come into an extended side angle. I'm pressing into the knife edge of the back foot. Whenever you're ready, whenever you're ready, open your left fingertips to the sky. Then go through your checklist, opening through the chest. Finding that action, lengthening through the tail, through the crown. Then we're going to go for a little circular motion here. So whatever feels good, whatever tempo, dropping the fingertips down to come up. Moving with the breath. Down to come up. And then we'll do one more. Down to come up. And then maybe we'll take the fingertips to the front, and maybe even we come into the full expression, but maybe not, maybe we stay on the thigh. One more breath here, you got it. Then everyone power through that front leg, super strong, and we reverse everything. Straighten the front leg and reach the right fingertips back. Big breath in. Big breath out sends you back to warrior 2. Rad, awesome. Turn the right toes in. Same thing on over to the other side. And we come into our best and most beautiful warrior 2. Pull the pinkies back. Find that length through the spinal column. Legs are working hard here. So once you feel like you have your shape, you've kind of connected to your alignment, your action, then let's embody it with the breath. Here we go. Maybe take your focus out past the left fingertips here. Give it your all. Big breaths in, long breaths out. One more, inhale. Pressing into the knife edge of that back foot, you got it. Then here we go, softening the left elbow. Careful not to collapse right onto that thigh, so keep an awareness through the spine here. And then whenever you're ready, taking the right fingertips up. Extended side angle. So there's this beautiful line from the crown all the way to the back foot there. Keep your right inner thigh engaged. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. So whenever I see this posture, I feel like beginners feel like it looks easy, but then you get there and you realize there's a lot of work going on in the torso to keep you lengthened and light. So find a lightness here, careful not to collapse. Lots of space between the ears and shoulders. Then the mind starts to go, I want to give up, I'm too tired. So let's find some movement. Dropping the right fingertips down to come up. Opening up through the shoulder here, the chest down to come up. And down to come up. If you want to come into the full expression here, give it a try. Then inhale in, exhale all the way back. We straighten through the front leg, nice strong power through that front leg, and we reverse it. Left fingertips reaching back, lengthen through the crown. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Then inhale, lift your chin slightly, and then exhale, warrior two. You got this, so awesome. Beautiful. So from here, I'm gonna bring the hands to the waistline, and I'm gonna turn the left toes in. Then I'm gonna make my way back in, doing the heel toe move. And if you're feeling risky, you can just have a little silly moment here. If I can be silly on YouTube, you can be silly in the privacy of your own home. Dang it. So you might just have a little fun moment there, bringing it in and shaking it off. If you're doing this video with someone, maybe have a little dance break with them, right? So the warrior poses can be a little serious. Anything with strong legs, right? We get really. So take a second here and shake it off in your own fashion. All right, so after you've taken a second to shake it out or drop it like it's hot or have a little dance party, or maybe you just stood there like this, like a grumpy grump, that's fine too. We're gonna take what we just did there, the connection to the earth, working the legs, the core, the length through the spinal column, and practice tree, okay? So first we connect to the breath, palms together at the heart. Big inhale. Big exhale to just ground. Inhale, find a focal point. We call this the drishti in Sanskrit. It's a place or a point for you to land your gaze upon. And this is going to help you with your balance. So find something to focus on. And then slowly shift your weight to your left foot. Peel the right toes up towards the sky, nice and slow. Lifting through the right knee. And then we'll catch the right knee, squeeze it up and in. And it's here that we'll take a second to softly bend through the standing leg and press away from the earth. Great. So from here, left thumb's gonna come to the heart or the sternum, just so I remember to stay lifted there and not collapsed. Whoa, right? If this is lifted, all my energy is thinking up. Standing foot, strong, grounding down. Here we go. So feel free to head into the posture already, obviously. But I want to guide people who are new to the practice here. You might take your right heel up towards your center. Super important, everyone. Take the left side of your body, your left thigh, press. Find a little resistance here. So we're not just sinking in and holding on for dear life. Woo, I did that for a lot of years. So find strength. All that work you just did in extended side angle and warrior, find that lift. Up through the pelvic floor, press back with the left thigh. Top of the right thigh rolls out. We just play here. If you fall, I'll catch you, we'll catch you, don't worry. Find that lift in the front body. Other options, to be below the knee or to keep the toes on the earth. So careful just not to crash on the knee. And if you get in the habit of that, it's just not really great for the knee. Okay, so a little moment to play here. So obviously we're not gonna be perfectly in sync, so you're tending to your body and your balance, your stability today. Really working and finding that lift, paying attention to the fine details. Maybe you reach the fingertips up. Maybe you take a mudra. I don't know what that is. Hopefully that doesn't mean something bad somewhere. Right? Whoa. And then remember your mantra. So even if the process is a bit messy today, stick with it. I am capable of sticking with the process, of staying peaceful when I fall. Maybe you're a dancing tree or moving tree today. Take one more breath wherever you are, and then we'll slowly release. Take a second to just kind of shake out through the feet, just pony through the feet, and then we'll take it to the other side. And you can work in your own time here, finding that focus, spreading awareness through the feet, just like we did at the beginning of our practice. And then just careful not to sink over into that right hip. Find that lift. Here we go, peeling the left toes up, all the way up, 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 up. We'll catch the left knee, squeeze, 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 lift the heart, keep the shoulders grounding down. And then this is your free time to play. So you'll slide the right hand over to the left ankle. Maybe you hike it all the way up to your center. Pressing back with the right side body, going through your checklist. So if you have a tendency, and again, this whole yoga camp's all about just going a little deeper, playing with a full body experience and considering the mental experience, the mind too. So if you know tree pose well, you might just have a tendency, I'm not saying you do, you might have a tendency to just like find it and get it and hold on to it for dear life. But are you experiencing what's going on? Are you having an experience? So just play with that. Again, left toes can be on the earth. This might be your tree pose. And then, again, if you fall, just come back to it. Don't give up. Top of the left thigh, rolling down and out. If you're feeling super strong today, or maybe you're doing yoga camp for the second time, you might play with closing your eyes. Whoa. And maybe you take a mudra or variation with the arms. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then with control, best you can, with control, release. Left foot down. Great, bring the feet together just like we began. Palms come together at the heart. Loop the shoulders, close your eyes. Feel the sensations on the soles of your feet. Feel the sensations in your legs, your hips. Lift your heart. Inhale in. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach the fingertips towards the sky. And repeating just what we did at the beginning, rolling it down, forward fold. Bend the knees as generously as you need to. Shake the head a little yes, a little no. Maybe walk the fingertips side to side. Then walk the feet out, hip width apart. Fingertips on the mat, heels are gonna lift. We come into a squat just for a moment here. Inhale, open the heart. Heels can be lifted for this one today. Nice froggy pose. And then exhale, press into the feet. Slowly roll it back up all the way to standing. Inhale, take up space, as much space as you can take up here. Spread the fingertips left to right. Inhale in. I am capable. And exhale, hands to heart. Great, let's take one last breath in together. Ready? Inhale in through the nostrils. And exhale, sigh it out, let it go. Sweet. Awesome practice today, my friends. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.